Hi friends, I'm Taylor. Welcome back to my booktube channel. Today we're just being comfy and cozy and I'm going to do my January wrap up. So January was a very weird month for me. I have been feeling a lot of the seasonal depression hit. My anxiety was extremely high most of the month, and I feel like the best way to describe how January went was like I was in survival mode. Like I was like, are we eating? Are we sleeping? Which we weren't because my toddler decided, well, who needs sleep? Not us apparently. Oh, I'm tired. I feel like it was a rough start to the year. But I am hopeful that things will just get better from here and it's just gonna be fun. So I read 4 books in the month of January, which, like, full disclaimer, like, I feel like whether you read 1 book or 20 each month, like, you are still a reader. I, on average, usually read, I want to say, like, closer to, like, between 8 and 10 books, and so 4 feels very strange and very low. I'm in the middle of several books right now, so I'll probably finish those in February, but it is what it is. So let's get into what I read in January. The first book that I finished was A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Brigid Kemmerer. I just love this series so much. It's so good. The first book is A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which is very much a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and A Heart So Fierce and Broken definitely branches off beyond that. And it was so good. We get more of Gray's perspective and a new female character. There is so much more sort of political intrigue that's happening. The queen and her daughters from this other land are coming in the name of seeking peace, but also like, if they don't give us peace, we're gonna start a war. So that's fun. I don't want to say too much about it because it is a sequel. But it was just phenomenal. The storytelling is phenomenal. The magic is great, even though there's like so little magic. It's just so fun. I love the relationships and the friendships. I hated Ren in this book. He wasn't my favorite in book 1. And then just the things that he does in book 2, I'm like, what are you doing? We do find out a little bit. I feel like there's a little clue about why he's doing what he's doing near the end of A Heart So Fierce and Broken, but I'm just not a fan. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen in A Vow So Bold and Deadly. Book 3 is out now, so I just have to wait for it to come from the library. Alright, the next book I finished, also from the library this month, was The Shadows Between Us by Tricia Levenseller. This book was just like a fun time all around. I feel like it was a very short, good YA standalone fantasy, which I am not a huge series person, at least I haven't been in the past, and so it was just like so fun to read this book. The main premise is I am going to woo the king and marry the king, and then I'm going to kill the king so that I can have the kingdom all to myself, which was very fun. But then there's the like caveat of, oh crap, I am falling in love with the king. Like, that wasn't part of the plan. So like, that is the overall premise of the story. A lot of it takes place within the palace and like in the court system, which was very fun to like read about. And then there are other people who are attempting to kill the king. So it was just like a fun time. Like, overall, it was just very enjoyable and fun. Like, I feel like it wasn't my favorite YA fantasy, but I had a really good time reading it, and I gave this one 3.5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I finished was How to Walk Away by Catherine Center. My gosh, I love Catherine Center books. I discovered her last year when I read Things You Save in a Fire and Happiness for Beginners and What You Wish For. She's just a phenomenal writer. The storytelling is just amazing. The way she tackles these hard and raw subjects in a way that just feels like so hopeful and like, okay, like this terrible thing just happened, but it is not the end. In How to Walk Away, we follow Margaret, who is in a plane crash with her fiance, and he walks away completely unscathed, and she walks away with some minor burns, some more major burns like on her shoulder, and then paralyzed from the knee down. And this whole story is really about her like in the hospital, in recovery, and sort of in denial that her old life, or life as she knew it, is completely over and changed. And of course, there is a handsome, in this case, Scottish man, who just like, she's like, I kind of like you, and he's like, no. So yeah, this book, I feel like, it was 5 stars, 5 out of 5 for me. I feel like all of Catherine Center books that I've read have been 5 out of 5 stars. This one isn't my favorite overall, but it's just still so fantastic. Like, I loved Maggie, and just like the sheer like determination and grit that she has to be like, I'm gonna be okay, like I will walk again, this will be fine. And then as the story continues, she's like, I'm just done, like I don't know how to move on from this, I don't know how to keep going. And it's just this raw struggle of figuring out how to walk away from your past there you go, when you can't actually walk, and just figure out how to find a joy even when life doesn't go as planned, because life rarely ever goes as planned. So joining the club of Catherine Center books that I adore. This one, it was great. It's just so great. If you want to read any of her books, I recommend starting with Happiness for Beginners or What You Wish For, but her other books are phenomenal too. And then the last book that I finished in January was Even This by Emily Bell Freeman. This book is all about getting to the place where you can trust God with anything. And Emily talks, she just shares many lifetime experiences of when she was like, why God? Why this? Why is this happening? Why to me? Why to our family? Like, what the heck is happening? Because I feel like we all have those moments of, why are we going through this? Like, what is happening right now? And it's just like this, it's a real struggle of, why are things so hard? How can we believe in God or trust God when things like this are happening? And I cried so many times. I felt so much hope. I feel like this book helped me understand and see things a little more clearly, that truly, even in our hardest moments, even this, God is with us. So I loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. So that is my short wrap up for January. It was I feel like towards the end of the month was when I really started reading more. So I'm hopeful that February will be a little bit stronger of a reading month. But we'll see. It's fine if it's not, but so anyway, that is all I have for today. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. I post bookish videos every single week. And yeah, I will see you again soon. Bye.